I think first point number one, as you just mentioned, our Prime Minister, Malcolm Turnbull, he clearly said that it's quite shocking to know, especially when it is a 15-year-old boy who's involved in a shooting like this, and it just creates the importance that the families, the parents, the elders, the leaders in the community need to be upfront in dealing with the radicalization. And I would extend it to be the youth which is disillusioned or disenfranchised has to be included. An inclusive approach has to be there. What can be done? Simple steps like education, religious teachings, very prominent, as well, rehabilitation and social cohesion. If that belongingness and inclusiveness is available for the people, then I can't see a reason for why people will do that. Moreover, just to extend that, we've just seen shooting in America, in Oregon City, by the young man there, and then here, it just shows that the gun violence is increasing, and the young men are taking this as one of the resorts or one of the options. It just shows that the community, the next generation, has to be tackled with it.
Your thoughts about a 15-year-old boy? Well, surely that was shocking to you as well.
As the Commissioner, New South Wales Commissioner Andrew mentioned, that it is quite an early stage. They have got a long way to establish the complete picture or the full picture of the incident of the gunman. I would say, we have to wait and watch how the things come out. As the facts come out, we will be able to put up a strategy or an approach to deal with it. In general, any incident such as this one should not divert the entire Australian community from pre-Australians, the multiculturalism that we are involved in, and to make sure that we work together together for a better Australia. Otherwise, incidents like this, if we divert ourselves and start the blame game, that is what will create more disillusion and it will create discord in the community.
And is that a workshop you called this today?
Yes.
So what are you discussing today?
See, my organization, I'm the president of Islamic Research and Education Academy. The purpose and formation of our organization is to fulfill three goals. One is to create awareness within the Muslim community of the true Islamic teachings and make them confident and be aware of the teachings, to create a unified platform. The second is to create a good building bridge between the Muslim community and the non-Muslim society. So this is one of the courses where we actually deal with understanding the theology of different religions. The more you understand each other, the better you can communicate and a better dialogue will be there. So this is one of the steps that we take further. Any of the students that I train across Australia in different universities, I've been invited even to the churches, to the synagogues, to multicultural events, because the way we need to approach the next generation is to make them aware of all the other faiths and all the other ideologies that are there and be able to respond to it accordingly. If they don't have that training, that teaching, that is what could create them to not understand and respond in an aggressive manner or a manner which is not appropriate.
Is there anything you'd like to say to any youths out there who potentially are becoming radicalised or are radicalised and have got ideas about what? It's similar to what happened in Sydney. Is there anything you can say to them
before I say to them, I'm saying in general, first responsibility, they should not start a game where you're taking it to a particular community. The shooting happened in the United States. I don't think they went to any particular community because the child was not Muslim or the gunman was not Muslim. So this should stop first, because this is one of the reasons which could create discord in the community. So this blame game should stop. The second is the leaders, such as our new Prime Minister, Malcolm Turnbull, has taken it very appropriately. He has said that there should be no blame on any other community. It's an individual who has done it, and as soon as we find out the reasons for it, we'll be able to tackle and deal with it accordingly. For the youth that is out there, I would say point number one, as a Muslim, whether or not someone asks me to stop this or say something about it or condemn it, as a Muslim, it is an obligation on me anyway to inform my Muslim community members what the teachings of Islam are. A good Muslim cannot be an extremist, cannot be a terrorist. Almighty God says in the Quran in chapter 4, verse 171, do not be extremists in your religion. So as a Muslim, it's obligatory on us not just to be not extremists, but to be a source and force against extremism. Terrorism, the same thing. Chapter number 5 of the Quran, verse 32, it says, if you kill an innocent, whether it be Muslim or non-Muslim, it is as though you have killed the whole of humanity. But if you save an innocent, it is as though you have saved the whole of humanity. These are very clear, concrete teachings in Islamic principle. So as a Muslim, these should be promoted, informed to the Muslim community and educated. This is what, teaching, education, social cohesion are the steps to make sure the youth does not get into this or fall into it. Any youth which is getting involved into it, I would say they have to turn back to their leadership, the scholarship of Islam, the Muslim community elders, and discuss with them and deal with it accordingly as a community. Individually, you take a step, it's not going to benefit nobody.
And what about the extremist leaders out there, the ones not like you, who are promoting acts of violence or, so,
Sure.
what about them? What
Sure.
can you say to them?
So do you have to see who we are talking about in general? In general, anyone who is doing an extremist act should be stopped and condemned straight away. One of the ways to tackle that, as I said, an uprising within the Muslim community of the Islamic teachings, clear, concrete Islamic principle being propagated overwhelmingly in the masses. This will by itself curb the misinterpretations or the misleadings that anyone would try giving to the community. So for example, in Australia, a few years ago, Indian students were hurt. But is that part of Australia's constitution to hurt international students? No. So overwhelmingly, if we condemn that and we are all united against that act, then it will stop. So this is one of the ways. You make the true teaching more publicized, more accommodating, and more loud. And this is what will bring it down.
يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير